Yo, what's up? It's another Get Back to Golf podcast with my partner in crime.
Slam Master Golf, what's up, everybody?
I'll tell you, you got every bit of your money's worth with the U.S. Open this weekend.
Oh, you definitely did.
I
So
think,
this weekend had a theme. The theme was resurgence. The resurgence of so many careers happened,
yeah. I
at
mean,
least for one tournament.
I really can't believe Rickie had it for 3 days, and the whole world was rooting for him.
Mm,
And
Choked it. He absolutely choked it.
but it's
Five
hard, man.
over on the 5 over on the last day.
Yeah, it's almost better to get that 5 over on the first or the third day or something, and then make a charge back.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when you're leading, and even Christian asked me, he says, "What do you think's going to win it?" And I said 10 under, and I have the proof in the text,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think he believed me but the conditions just got harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Thomas shot like 11 over or something like that. He didn't even make the cut,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy to even see that. It just makes me. I mean, like, holy crap! I probably should have logged in, but I'll look at the phone for our picks. But what do we got coming up after this U.S. Open? We got the what?
Uh, Coming up, we have the Travelers Championship. Just so we know, like how many people had a resurgence. What I mean by that theme. These are our biggest, many surprises. These guys were like all in the top 10, I think, except maybe one of them. But Cam Smith, 3 under. He was playing like he was playing awful on the Live Tour. I don't think he played well at all. Like I don't think he played well once on the Live Tour. Rickie Folwer, 5 under. He was 5 over on the last day though, so I mean he kind of had a resurgence. Nobody thought he would be anywhere near the top 10.
He didn't
And
even
then
make the.
Dustin Johnson at 3 under.
Yeah,
I mean he's another one.
and
Hasn't played well in a long time.
and Rory's just another runner up again. And you know how
Mm-hmm.
hard it is to. That's probably even the worst. Is it's okay to make in the top 10. You don't. You're like, it just wasn't my week. But just to be one shot shy, but he really wasn't. He was more like two shots shy because he ran out of holes, and the guy just had was it
Mm-hmm.
Wilson?
Wyndam Clark
Wyndam Clark, sorry.
at 10 under. He won.
Yeah,
Congratulations to him. Did you know that was his second ever win?
and both
That
came
was
this
his
year.
second ever win.
Yeah, both
His
both
other
wins
one,
came. Yeah, in 2023.
yeah, it was last month. It was a month ago at Wells Fargo, the
Yeah,
Wells Fargo
he
Championship.
almost quit a few times, and then his mom got breast cancer, but it was like the non-treatable kind. And I'm sure everybody's heard the story 100 times. But at the end of the round, Rickie Fowler actually, and it got caught on camera, like it got caught on the camera microphone, and he says, "Your mother would be really proud of you." And he just gave him a hug and shook his hand and walked out.
Mhm.
I'm sure that it'll show up somewhere, but it just shows that why Rickie Fowler's the people's champion. You know what I mean? He's like the new Arnold Palmer. He's got all these fans and followers, but Arnold Palmer got a lot of things done with his career. I just hope Rickie can build off this and really do something well with it.
Yeah, I would love to see a second resurgence of his career, although I don't see it happening. Um, Got a big question for you.
Uh oh.
Now, yell at me if I sound like an idiot here, but like Rickie Fowler, that doesn't really have a P in it. Why does he have a P on his hat?
It's Puma.
It's Puma.
Yeah. He's
You would have thought Rickie Fowler would have like an R or an F on his hat,
no,
though.
no.
Like,
He's
why was it
he's
a P?
Cobra and Puma are the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra, I think, either Puma owns Cobra or vice versa. It's the same type of thing, like a Cushnet with Titleist and Pinnacle and all that. Yeah, because at one point, golf was really dying a slow death, and all the top places guys were just picking and choosing, buying everybody. So it's not Ricky Prowler, it's Ricky Fowler, but the P is the P for
Because I
Puma.
knew he was sponsored by Cobra, but I was like, what? Well, Cobra doesn't start with a P either, so that doesn't
No,
make any
no,
sense.
it's the
And I saw the
Puma.
Puma logo, so I
Yeah,
was like, well,
here,
maybe he's sponsored by both.
there we go. I haven't ever worn this hat, and but here we go. In honor of Rickie Fowler or Rickie Prowler, I got the Puma hat on, and then you can even see. I didn't even know what to do with this, but you see Cobra.
Hmm.
It's actually, like one of the. This is the one. This is actually one he wears. It's a really nice hat.
Yeah,
Uh, it's
yeah, it
almost
is a nice hat.
it's almost too nice for me. That's why I'm going to take it off. But Rickie Prowler did not get it done.
It's
Um,
almost as nice as the Chippopotamus hat,
I
though.
know we got the Chippo
Almost.
hat. Links
Or
in
the
bio.
Hive Golf hat. Or the Hive Golf hat.
Nice. You have
Shout
a
out
link.
to
You
our
have a link in
affiliate
bio for that.
sponsors.
Is
Shout
there?
out to our affiliate sponsors.
Nice. Yeah, I got Chippo's my affiliate. He's one of my sponsors. So, and it's a cool hat. You know what's really nice about this hat? When it's hot, it's got like
Oh,
the
yeah,
mesh.
mine is the same thing. The
Yeah,
trucker mesh.
yeah. And
Mhm.
I won't show you the inside of it. It's like kind of a little dirty from my disgusting oily face.
It's from
But
us though. Like
it
the
must have
inside of
been.
the hats are dirty from us. Like it's nothing from the hats.
Yeah, the it must have. It was probably it was 92 where I was at because I had to go a little south to find a
Mm.
place to play, which just still disgusts me that I can't find any place within I have to drive an hour south to find a place to even just practice.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but we got to find. Maybe I can go an hour west out into Pennsylvania, and you can meet me there because
Facts.
we
Yeah,
got.
we got to talk to Christian about the Bethlehem course.
Yeah, because if he's out in Bethlehem now, I don't know
I
how
think there's a tournament there. I think.
really like an
Yeah,
LPGA or something.
it might be.
That's cool. Well, I know Shawnee's pretty. That's where Arnold Palmer met his wife. That used to be.
Hmm.
That used to be a real. It's a little. I mean, I don't want to pick on Shawnee, but it could use a little help. Around from what I see from the outside, but that used to be like a really really nice area, like ballroom, dance room. I'm sure they still have all. It's like a hotel as well. It's like a resort,
Hmm.
and they have a really nice golf course. And it's kind of like in a valley. And my friend goes and plays there like once a year, and he says you can slice it all over the place. It just rolls right back out in the fairway. So it's pretty cool. I like courses like that. But a lot of
Yeah, it's
lot
a nice course.
yeah, a lot of Pennsylvania Pocono courses that are up there, they're like that because you carve them out of the side of a mountain or you stick them in a valley.
Hmm.
Where you are, it's pretty flat, so you don't really
Yeah,
have.
it's relatively flat here.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes it for probably a lot more average golf because people don't realize, when you go up to the in the mountains, the Pocono area in the northeast of New Jersey, even in North New Jersey, and then Crystal Springs. I don't know if you ever heard of Crystal Springs. That's all
No.
mountains. Like it's where it used to be where like the Playboy Club was. There was a ski resort. Now it's Mountain Creek. It's Mountain Creek Resort, and everything. You never have a flat lie. So people don't realize like when you go and you play your simulators all day, and then you go to like New Jersey, you're totally screwed up because you're hitting it fat all day long because you don't know how to adjust for the lie. But back to
Yeah,
the
that
U.S.
makes sense.
Open, they had to adjust for minor lies, and they actually people were complaining, saying the course was too easy for the U.S. Open. Do you disagree or agree?
Hmm. I'm not sure, honestly, because that rough was ridiculous. Some
But,
parts.
but that fairway, those were the biggest. Some of those fairways were the biggest fairways, even just on the PGA Tour, let alone a U.S. Open. The U.S. Open is supposed to be
Mhm.
the hardest, um, conditions
Well,
ever.
since it's supposed to be the hardest, I would say it's way too easy for the U.S. Open. But I thought it was a pretty decent course overall.
Yeah,
Like
like
nothing really, no really complaints from me.
yeah. I mean, it was a nice course. It was fun to watch. Did you actually see the Playboy Mansion too? That was on one of the holes too.
No, I missed it.
Yeah, you can't really see it too much. It's under construction, and I don't know who owns it now. Probably a bunch of Playboy bunnies got it gifted, and they just kind of who knows what they do. Um, but But back in the
We're not
day,
going to make any speculations.
yeah, I'm not going to make any speculations, but
I'm sure it's a nice and clean place.
yeah, yeah, well, or at least nice. Uh, um, but that's not, it's just crazy that I didn't even know that was on a golf course. The hedge is like so tall you can't even see the house. Um, but it's pretty cool. And that club was like, everybody's talking about how that club does not allow musicians, not allowed to have musicians as members of their golf course. Like,
What?
first of all, why would you even say that? Like, why would you even advertise that? Why would bring it up? Why? I mean, especially
I
with
want to
all.
know this. I want to know the story on like why they're not allowed there.
So the story is because they said they didn't want the riffraff. They didn't want the. I'm like, dude, you have the Playboy Mansion on like hole 9. Like, what kind of riffraff do you think you is over there? You know. And that was back in the days. That was like the 70s. Speaking about.
Oh, it's not even like a '90s thing with like Compton and like NWA.
No. Those guys, they wouldn't. I don't even think they play golf anyway. But
There's no way any of them.
I don't. They're always there. I always see Dr. Dre. I don't think he ever leaves his house now. I mean, his house is pretty cool.
Snoop Dogg's way too high to play golf.
Yeah, no, Snoop's be like, man, nah, ain't nothing but a G thing. Ain't no, but that doesn't mean it's golf. So, but yeah, like I don't even know, but they had like like guys, like famous guys like Tony Bennett and and maybe it was just entertainers, not just music guys. It was entertainers, music guys, that too, both of them. And one of the most famous buildings is right in LA is Capitol Records, which is like the center of all the greatest, singers and band and whatever. But they wouldn't let like Tony Bennett. They wouldn't let God, who's the guy that Carson, Johnny Carson, and Bob Hope. Bob Hope was like, all he did was want to play golf, and they wouldn't let Bob Hope on in a club. I'm like, are you crazy?
Maybe it's like you start getting unnecessary attention when you have celebrities on. I don't know, because there's a lot of musicians and actors in LA. Like I know all the actors are in Hollywood, but a lot of them live in LA. Is the thing.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know LA's big and they have a lot of money and all that stuff, but come on, man, it's 2023. I mean, but maybe they don't need it. Maybe that's just their little escape or whatever.
Some of these clubs are like just way too exclusive. Like
I mean, Augusta wouldn't
pricing up should like get people out. It should make people not want to join.
Yeah, I mean Augusta. I don't know if they changed it, but they for the longest time they wouldn't let women on the course.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy. And I think there are certain times you're not allowed on the course. Women, children under the age of a certain age, you're just not allowed on the golf course. So I mean, it's just crazy. You wouldn't think that it would still be like that, but hey, money talks. Money fixes everything. I don't care what anybody says.
It does.
When you're sick, the doctor doesn't take a fucking handshake. They
hand you a big fat bill.
Yeah, he hands you a bill
and what you need.
And insurance claims. I just don't.
And handwriting, you can't read it all, but
oh yeah. So, but it's just funny. I mean, even it's kind of. I bet you those clubs are still like in Caddyshack in Bushwood, where they don't want certain people in the club. And I just love that movie. By the way, it's one of my, where it's just the title of the movie, the subtitle of the movie or whatever is. Some people just don't belong, and it's just a great movie. I mean, if you have been living under a rock for 100 years and you haven't seen it, I haven't met anybody that hasn't seen that and says, yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a good movie. Still holds up today. So, but yeah, the U.S. Open, I tell you, man, it was actually, they broke records for how many people watched it. It also helps that it was on Father's Day weekend.
Yeah. But I mean, did you have like who did you think was going to win it going in? Because since we missed that episode,
yeah, we botched that one.
We're sorry.
Well, I really thought Brooks Koepka was going to do a better run at it. I was going to put Rory in my top 10 because he loves the U.S. Open, and he
Mhm.
has such an advantage because he's probably the longest hitter that even if he hits it in the rough and it rolls in the rough, he's got small wedge to the green.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, it was they had that one par three that was what 296. And,
Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, these guys were hitting. I don't know how they were doing it, and maybe because the wind, because it's windy there. You don't realize how windy it is in LA. It's
Yeah,
not
and
like
the
yeah,
June haze was there too. Is that what they
yeah.
call it?
I've been to LA a couple times, and I gotta say I've never seen any sun in California ever, never.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe it was
Maybe
just
we're not going to the right part of California, but
yeah. I mean, but
or the
LA.
right time.
I'm just saying, well, LA in general, because that's where most people, and LA just spans across. It's like people call Manhattan Beach and Redondo Beach LA. They
Mhm.
call it's just like
They call the whole city of Anaheim, LA.
yeah, and that's not even close.
Yeah.
Anaheim pretty far away because that's where we had to go. And then it was then even and yeah, it was where Anaheim played. Where we had to drive out because that's where we had the I don't remember what year it was, but we got invited to the Surfer Magazine Poll Awards, and we had to go
Hmm.
out. That's how I was there. I was there for 2 times when I was out there, and that was
Yeah.
yeah. Surfers know how to party. I tell you, man. Oh my god!
Hmm.
And then they all
Mike, oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
It says like surfers know how to party, and they'll still get up at the crack of dawn and go surfing. Which just
Yeah.
I wasn't me. I stayed in and slept.
I don't know how they do that. I would say my picks. I saw somewhere he did like this big connection where it was like I don't even know what it was, but it was like Dustin Johnson to somebody else, and he ended up picking like Xander Schauffele because I think he's from LA to win it all.
Wow.
So I was thinking, well, maybe he might win. I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard him win anything in a while. And then the other picks I had were the other pick I had was who was it? Oh, it was Victor Hovland because Victor Hovland was on a
Yeah.
tear like nobody else.
I mean, this
Hmm.
list I'm looking at right now. It's funny how they have Wyndam Clark at plus 400. I mean, I
Hmm.
mean, you put a couple bucks on him to reach the top 10. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time it doesn't happen like that. But any of these guys, you throw a couple bucks on them, you know, you, you can literally have a $20 bet and have 10 people pick to make it a top 10, and you can end up winning like 20 bucks. I mean, again, I don't
Hmm.
spend a lot. I'm not a big, and I'm not telling anybody how to gamble, but I'm just saying, like, I don't really know anything about this course, the Travelers. Um,
The Travelers Championship is going to be June 22nd to June 25th. So this upcoming weekend, and it's at TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut, which is just south of Hartford, if you didn't
no,
know.
yeah, that's actually pretty close to me.
Hmm.
That's only by, you know, uh,
Connecticut is a sneaky long state, dude. It's a
well,
sneaky big state.
yeah,
Like it takes a while to get through Connecticut.
it's really awkward where it is too.
Hmm.
But those crowds they'll show up, and Connecticut has really good pizza too. By the way, like
Yeah.
New Haven area, they call it a New
Hmm.
Haven style pizza. It's real. It's a little flakier, less oil, lighter. A lot of people like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're in the pizza belt. We got Philly, we got New York, we got New Jersey, Connecticut, and that's pretty much some of the best pizza you'll ever have. Even the bad pizza is better than good pizza in somewhere else.
Yeah. I would say like this is probably like the best area for pizza. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean
I
Philly
mean,
has.
where else even comes close?
I
Like
know they
Italy,
try. They
Poland,
try to
Italy.
say Miami has good pizza because so many people move down there, but they just don't have the ingredients in the water. That's what the whole thing is. They say it's the water, like the minerals and stuff. It helps the dough become. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a pizza guy. I just like to eat it. So
I
I just
just like to eat it too.
Yeah, and I've been to places where I mean I went to North Carolina with my dad, and we were like, "What are we gonna get?" And we're like, "Oh, look, there's a pizza place." It was terrible. The box tasted better than the pizza, and people were so excited to have it. That's the sad part. Like, just
Mhm.
imagine if you had good pizza. Like, Domino's was better than their pizza, and I hate
Yeah.
them. I'm not. No offense to Domino's. You're good for that late night run, but other than that, how do you even buy? I don't even know how a Domino's is in business in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut.
I don't know.
Papa John's,
I
like,
I do I do I have wanted to try those loaded tots that they have now though.
yeah,
Those
that
look
looks
pretty
pretty
good.
good. But
Hmm.
no, it's
I'm
that's
sure
a
they don't look that. I'm sure they're not that good, but
yeah. They probably don't look that good. They don't look that way. And you know what actually looks pretty good, and someone actually said it was good with that new P-Zone or something, Pizzone um, by Pizza Hut.
oh no, I haven't heard
It's
of
like a
that.
fold over like thing.
Oh, it's like a papadilla from Papa John's.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like a
Yeah.
sandwich. So
Have you had the Cool Ranch?
no,
Cool Ranch. All right,
no.
what's your favorite topping on pizza? Since we're on the topic, we're way off. Since we're way
Favorite
off topic talking about pizza,
favorite topping on pizza, just plain cheese pie. That's it.
just cheese. You
That's
don't
it.
like anything else?
I don't put any toppings on any of my pizza. I go to this
Oh,
one place once. I send you the picture. I send you the picture of that one place. It's fire.
yeah.
Like, well,
You
I
just
don't.
get cheese.
Yeah. What is your favorite topping?
Oh, I don't know if I could pick one. Honestly, I like a lot of pizza. I like cheesesteak pizza.
Yeah, cheesesteak pizza. But
Uh,
you're in Philly. You're close to Philly, so
uh, Meat Lovers is awesome every time. I think Meat Lovers is probably my favorite. But I'll do a buffalo chicken, a chicken bacon ranch. I even like Hawaiian pizza. I know a lot of people don't like it. You just gotta try it, and then you can tell me. Then your opinion means something.
well, I had Hawaiian pizza in Hawaii, and I gotta say it was excellent. But
Hmm.
the way they
I think
cooked
it's
it,
good.
it was more of like a flatbread style. The bread
Yeah.
was a little thicker, harder, and but when they had the pineapple and the ham and what else is on there? Is it peppers and onions too?
No, it's usually just uh, cheese, pineapple, and ham.
I think this
I
one
have to
had.
say something though.
Okay,
People might hate me for this hot topic. I don't like Chicago style pizza. I don't like it.
I'm not a huge fan either. It's too and the Detroit style to me is just Chicago
Detroit
flipped over.
style is good.
Oh, but it's
I think that's good.
really. I think it's like
I
the
think that's
same as
really good.
Chicago.
I don't like Chicago style, but I love Detroit style.
So it's so funny. I think they're both kind of the same because it's a thick pizza, but
Mhm.
Chicago's more like a casserole. You
Yeah.
know,
What about a tomato pie? You like tomato pie?
not really. I
I
like
think
my
it's okay. People go berserk for tomato pie around here. I
yeah.
don't get it.
I don't really understand it
Okay.
either.
You're
And
missing the best
Sicilian,
ingredient.
what about Sicilian?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty
I,
good.
I
Yeah.
like what I like, and I'm
Mhm.
not particular with pizza, but if I'm gonna, but I did the other night. I got two slices, and I got a calzone, not a calzone or stromboli, uh, sausage roll with peppers, onions, and cheese. Dude, it was
Oh,
phenomenal, absolutely
that sounds
phenomenal.
good.
I should have
Why
probably
don't
ate.
they offer pizza at the turn?
They
Like
should
you
that
can
would
have hot dogs, but pizza should be at the turn too.
Yeah, pizza holds up. It's probably like the one thing about a hot dog, you can get the rollers, and you could just sit
Hmm.
there. The roller hot dogs I think are just as good or maybe even better, because they can last longer. They're just sitting there, constantly cooking at a certain
Yeah.
temperature, and a hot dog's basically already cooked anyway. You can eat a hot dog that's not cooked. It's just bologna, kind of. It's what it tastes like.
Hmm.
When you heat it up, it starts to get a little salty. Don't
I wouldn't just eat a hot dog not cooked though.
Oh, I've had it just because we used to go fishing for Sunnies and they love hot dogs. And
Hmm.
you're sitting out there for a while. You're like, well, what am I going to eat? A Sunny or a hot dog? So of course Finn's barking his brains out right now.
All right.
Um,
All right. You got any picks though?
oh
You
yeah,
got
should
any
we?
picks?
should we wrap up the? We're all over the place today, but I gotta say, on a rating of 1 to 10, what do you think the U.S. Open was? And you could say up to the third day, because the last day was a little bit of a letdown. Um,
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know. I would probably give it like a 7. There wasn't really too much to hate about it. I didn't think. I didn't think there was too much to hate about it. But
I was very.
It's not like
I know a lot
the
of
ending was kind of underwhelming, though. Is the
yeah, the
thing.
ending was very underwhelming, but that's what that course. Everybody kind of falls apart at the last. I don't like
Mhm.
courses that get. I want the last holes to where they could fire at it. Make it a little exciting.
Mhm.
Make the leaderboard move. Not when guys are 11. I mean, Rory was 9 and he was 11 under, and
Mhm.
then he even dropped a shot. And all he did
Yeah.
was par the last one. 2 putt par, and that was it. And it was kind of uneventful.
Mhm.
But the whole
I mean,
week,
what I want to see is like the last two guys are dead heat. If somebody gets a bogey, it's over. If one person gets a bogey, that's it. It's over, and it better be on like the 17th, the 16th, or the 18th hole. That's what
yeah, I
I
mean,
want to see. Like the Zalatoris and I keep bringing it up. I think it was the U.S. Open last year actually, where it was Zalatoris and Matt Fitzpatrick,
yeah. It was almost
where
to
it
the
was like,
point where on Sunday everybody just fell down. Like
mm,
all to win it, all you had to do was hold on. Like if Ricky held on, he would have
and
won.
that's what Wyndam Clark did. He scored even.
Yeah, he
He
just
scored
held on,
even on the last day.
and it was very
Mm-hmm.
uneventful. And that's what made me so mad, because it was so much fun to watch. Guys are dropping like flies. Justin Thomas, Jordan Speed, all these
Mm-hmm.
guys that you thought were going to do really well did terrible. And you want it. And I was going to put Dustin Johnson in my top 10, um,
Mm-hmm.
just because of the length that he has, and that's all you really needed on that course was the bombs. And they had a couple, that one par 5 that they had to get on to. That was pretty impressive that
Mm-hmm.
they hit that at the end. But that rough was just, it looked like it was just rough, and then it folded on over itself. I mean, did you
Yeah.
see the
What would you
one?
give it out of 10? What would you give it out of 10?
Well, up to, I'd say it was probably a 9 out of 10 up until Sunday. And then Sunday
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I would take it down to a 6.5 overall, because
Mm-hmm.
it just, Sunday was just such a letdown. I was so excited. I got my food. I'm sitting there. Got my,
Mm-hmm.
steak. I grilled up. I'm watching it, and I'm just watching Rickie fall apart, Xander Schauffele fall apart. All these guys
Mm-hmm.
and other guys just trying to hang on. I mean, I don't want to watch guys make par. I want to watch
Yeah.
guys,
I mean, some of these guys aren't even making par. Like Rickie Fowler shot 5 over on the last
yeah.
day.
I mean, it was
And then
terrible.
the winner shot the winner. Who was it? Wyndam Clark. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wyndam Clark. He shot even on the last day. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
come
just,
on.
it kind of, and it was Father's Day. You were excited. I was texting
Mm-hmm.
with my dad, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is painful to watch," and it just
Mm-hmm.
took away from the other 3 days that were so fantastic, that were just so much fun to watch. And again, I want Rickie Fowler to go, because he's a good dude, and but I just wanted to see. I wouldn't have cared if Rory took it into a playoff. You know what I mean? That would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
But even he
Yeah,
couldn't.
that would have been way better.
Yeah, he couldn't keep it. It was hard, man. It got really dry, and I just knew that all these guys were going to play just to hang on. They just played.
Mm-hmm.
No one could come up from behind. Cam Smith tried, Dustin Johnson tried, and then the last 3 holes got him. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like that. What's that guy? Oh, I forgot the guy's name. Oh man, David Chappelle. Gotcha, bitch. It's what the course did to him, because it dried out. They made it
Yeah.
harder. Everybody was all the announcers were like, "Oh, it's too easy. The course is too easy." Well, how come Ricky was the only one lighting it up? And then we got this guy. The other guy fell apart. That shot the same 62 the first day, which that was
I hate that. I hate that too. Like when somebody who's not a professional says it was too easy. It was too easy. Like you're not gonna go out there and shoot like a 90 on it anyway.
Yeah, well, some of those announcers are I know some of the guys that were announcers. Like even that guy Brent, I didn't know what Brendan Chambly said. He was actually a really good golfer.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody doesn't remember him playing because he played right before around Tiger Woods started coming on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he realized, he goes, wow, I'm not going to be able to hold up against these guys. He played when Curtis Strange and all the other guys like around that age. And it was they were losing their thunder, and then Tiger just took over and changed the whole entire demographic of everything. And these guys they can't hit the ball as far as them. They were average 270 off the tee. But when you got a guy hitting 325, it makes a big difference as a professional.
That's pretty much a whole stroke.
Yeah. I mean, as an amateur, that's great. You usually got one guy that can hit long bombs, but can't putt, can't chip, can't hit the green. You know what I mean? They're one dimensional because they got a job, they got a life, they got some might not have kids, but maybe they got school. There's so much. These guys are professional golfers. They have, and they should have every part of their game in tune, and they don't even have it. I mean, what Rickie kind of fell apart on was his approach shots. His approach shots were better, and he did have some miraculous putts, and he was dropping like 20, 30-foot putts. That's nobody else was getting. He has the record now, and he didn't win. He has the record for the most birdies in the U.S. Open ever. But he also has a record for the most bogeys. I mean, it was like birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, birdie, bogey. I mean, it was like, dude, get a par, bro. It's like, I'm like, he was just scrambling all over the place. It was hard to watch, and I felt Sunday was so uneventful for the game. I mean, I had a nice Father's Day. Did you guys do anything special? Did you just hang out?
I just went out to dinner. That was it, really.
Anything good?
Some Italian place. It was pretty good. I thought 3 cheese tortellini.
Nice.
Hit the spot. Grilled chicken on it.
Wow, that's highbrow stuff.
You had some good stuff too on the grill. What'd you have?
I got Omaha steaks, and it was filet mignon steak tips marinated in garlic and butter.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I'm telling you, it's hard to get them. You have to kind of go to a butcher. But those filet mignon, like a filet mignon, they when they cut it up and they make it into, it doesn't come out of the cow in a round circle and this thick. They cut around it, and what happens to all the meat that they cut around it, it's served as a tip, and I actually like that better because first of all, it cooks up really quick. I mean, it's like not even a minute on one side, and then flip them over on the other side in like a seared pan with butter and garlic. Some people will put rosemary on it. I don't like rosemary on my filet mignon. I'll have rosemary on my ribeye, but not filet mignon. But yeah, that was pretty good. Then we had like the twice baked potatoes and some cheese balls or something. Like 3 cheese like bread balls. They were actually really good.
Oh, like the rice balls?
No, I like rice balls with the meat inside. No, there's like it was like cheesy. It was like cheesy bread.
Oh, okay.
It was like
those are good.
I think it's from like Trader Joe's or something. So I don't know.
Right, wrap it up. You got any picks?
Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see. Got to look at my thing. So my top 10 for if you want to throw a few bucks on in my top 10 thing, I would definitely. I think Wyndam Clark will do well. I think he'll at least be in the top 10. I don't know if maybe you could throw Rickie in there. I'd like to see Cameron do better. Jason Day, I don't think he's just. I think he's out of gas. John Rahm, you could throw in your top 10. Rory, I don't know. He's so deflated. But Tommy Fleetwood would probably do well because he was on a charge. I think just the course got him. So that would be my picks for if you want to throw a couple bucks on them in the top 10 and make double your money and whatnot. So.
I would say mine would be I have an absolute dark horse that you actually just crapped on, but it's okay.
Oh, I crapped on your dark horse?
We're gonna keep the resurgence going. Jason Day plus 5,500.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's
winning.
Not gonna he ain't
it's
gonna
official.
win.
Stamped.
No, he ain't gonna win.
Winning. resurgence is happening.
He's too hurt.
Maybe a top 10. Maybe a top. Not, he's probably not winning.
Yeah,
but
he's
I
got
would
so
say
many.
we're gonna keep the theme of resurgences going here.
He's just got so many injuries, and what he went like a lot of these guys, what they went through this week with how tough the course is. You might see some guy that's not even on this list make it in the top 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like the Thagala guy. He's always fun to watch play golf. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the television coverage was basically Rickie Folwer all week, and it was a roller coaster of a ride and was fun to watch. But I don't think Rickie's going to be able to get it back together. I mean, you know how much that takes a lot out of you, know?
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I think this was like the one last glimpse that you have, where it's like Kobe on his last night dropped 60. It's like one last glimpse of like what was.
Yeah, and it's funny, and they always say Rickie's probably one of everybody wants him to do better than he is, but yeah, it's a lot of pressure on somebody to expect them to win. I mean, golf is freaking hard, and like I said, having the only one that's really been doing it lately is Scotty Sheffield, and John Rahm is going toe to toe, going from Thursday to Sunday to win the whole thing.
Then Brooks maybe.
Yeah, Brooks did it too. Yeah, Brooks did it too. So those three, you know how hard that is to put together 4 solid days. I mean, Jesus, I do a 1 hour live video on TikTok and my back is killing me. I mean,
Well, you're not a pro athlete though.
No. I'm a bro athlete. That's what I am.
You're a couch athlete.
Yeah. I like the bro athlete better. But yeah, so you got any last words? I mean, we're at 36 minutes, so we a little short on this one.
It's all right.
Well, good.
We make the cut.
We'll make the cut.
I would say just the last thing I would say is that Brent and I are affiliate sponsors. Even if you can't support us monetarily, just hitting a like button, the follow button, just anything like that, leaving a comment. Even if you absolutely hated our podcast, just go into the comments and tell us how terrible we did.
No, I don't want that. I got enough people telling me I'm terrible.
Bring more people in though. So I mean, if you want to tell us we're terrible, go tell us in the comments. You want to tell us we did awesome? Go tell us in the comments. Any little bit helps.
I've come to the conclusion that it's like reading a Yelp, a restaurant review. You only see bad comments. You never, if you have a good dinner, you don't tell anybody about it. You only tell everybody about it when it sucked, But it's all good. So, all right, we're going to close it out.
All of that, everything helps though. Everything helps. And we do have that sponsor on the way. It's on the way.
I know. It's on me. It's my fault. I mean, it's totally on me. But I got other things and other responsibilities that seem to just keep popping up left and right. So maybe someday.
So do I, which is why we were a little late again.
Yeah,
we'll try and get back on topic.
Yeah, I tell you,
back to a regular schedule.
Yeah, and if you thought this podcast sucked, go back to our last one. That one did really well. So I think we had just a lot, and we're trying to work on guests. We got to figure out this situation. We got to do one more test. We did one test and it failed miserably. So and this shit ain't easy. So just hopefully you guys all understand. And this is for entertainment purposes only. And we're not going to retire off this. We're just trying to have fun and get a good community buzz going around, if you all know what I mean. So I'm Brent from Get Back to Golf. That's my partner in crime, Colin. I'm
Colin from Slam Master Golf.
So
Make sure
anyway,
to check
guys,
us out. Make sure to check us out on all of our socials. Brent, Get Back to Golf. He's on literally everything. He's on everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I got Twitter. No, I don't have Twitter. I'm sorry.
You got TikTok?
I got TikTok and YouTube though.
Yeah, and so your YouTube.
Go follow us there.
Yeah, your YouTube channel's been doing really well too. Some of those videos on the shorts are doing great. It's crazy.
Yeah, we get some good shorts.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's so hard on TikTok to get to 1,000 because then you can go live and get more followers and interact with people. And then the YouTube, it's just